Your life. If you invested in Bitcoin in 2009, you are not born rich. Not in Silicon Valley. Not in a penthouse overlooking Manhattan. You are born in a two-bedroom apartment in Ohio. 1991. Your father repairs air conditioners. Your mother works at a pharmacy. Middle-class people trying very hard not to become poor. Your childhood smells like microwave dinners, old carpet, and gasoline from your father's work van. Every month is a math problem. Mortgage, electricity, insurance, debt. America runs on debt. You just don't understand it yet. 2001. You are 10 years old. The TV shows planes hitting towers. Your parents sit silently on the couch for hours. That's the first time you see fear in adults. Real fear. Not movie fear. The kind that changes countries. Years pass. America changes too. Wars, recessions, layoffs. Your father starts drinking beer every night while watching financial news he barely understands. People on TV wear expensive suits and talk about economic recovery. Meanwhile, your family stops buying meat twice a week to save money. 2008. The housing market collapses. Your father loses his job. 37 years old, gone in one phone call. Your mother starts working double shifts. At night, you hear them arguing in the kitchen about bills. Quiet arguments, the worst kind. You pretend to sleep. You always pretend to sleep. That same year, you discover the internet for real. Forums, message boards, weird people talking about technology like religion. Most of it is nonsense, conspiracy theories, doomsday predictions, libertarians screaming about banks. And then one post catches your attention. Bitcoin. Nobody knows what it is. Some people call it digital gold. Others call it a scam. Most people laugh. A currency with no government behind it? No banks? No physical coins? Sounds stupid. Which is exactly why you keep reading. 2009. You are 18 years old, community college student, working part-time at an electronics store. $8 an hour. You spend nights sitting in front of an old Dell computer with a loud cooling fan. That's where you first read the Bitcoin white paper. 9 pages, half the words make no sense to you. Hashing, proof of work, decentralization, but one sentence sticks in your brain. The root problem with conventional currency is all the trust that's required. You reread that sentence 10 times because after 2008, nobody trusts banks anymore. Not your parents, not your neighbors, not even the government. You download Bitcoin Core. Your computer struggles to run it. The fan screams like the machine is dying. You mine your first coins overnight. 50 Bitcoin, worth basically nothing. You feel strangely excited anyway, like you found something early, something hidden. You try explaining it to your friends. They laugh immediately. So, fake internet money? Can you buy pizza with it? Bro, this is nerd monopoly money. You laugh too, but secretly, you keep mining. 2010. Bitcoin reaches $1. $1. You stare at the screen for 20 minutes. Not because you're rich. You're not. But because it became real. Something impossible just happened. You now own thousands of coins. Still not life-changing money, but enough to make your heart race. You don't sell. Not because you're smart. Because you're obsessed. You spend entire nights on Bitcoin talk forums, reading messages from anonymous users with anime profile pictures discussing the future of money. Most people there sound insane, but passionate. And passion is contagious. Your girlfriend thinks you're wasting your life. She wants stability. You talk about decentralized finance at dinner. She talks about rent. One of those conversations is real. The other sounds insane. You break up 6 months later. 2011. Bitcoin crashes. Hard. $30 down to $2. 90% destruction. Forums become ghost towns overnight. People disappear. Some call it dead forever. You sit alone in your apartment, refreshing charts every few minutes. Your stomach hurts constantly. You stop sleeping normally. This is the first time money starts controlling your emotions. You understand gamblers now, not casinos. Hope. Hope is the strongest drug on earth. Your mother asks why you look sick all the time. You lie. Just stressed from school. The truth? You are emotionally attached to numbers on a screen, and it's slowly consuming you. 2013. Bitcoin explodes again. $100, $200, $500, $1,000. CNBC starts talking about it. For the first time, normal people hear the word Bitcoin. Your old friends suddenly message you, "Hey man, you still have that crypto stuff?" You do, and now your life starts changing very quickly. You pay off your parents' debt anonymously. Your father cries when the bank confirms the mortgage is gone. He thinks some accounting mistake happened. You never tell him the truth. You move into a nicer apartment, buy better clothes, eat at restaurants where nobody checks prices before ordering. But inside, you still feel poor. That feeling never leaves. 2014. Mt. Gox collapses. Hundreds of millions vanish. People lose everything. Online forums turn into panic and conspiracy theories. You spend 72 hours awake moving funds between wallets, hands shaking, heart pounding. Every refresh feels like survival. You realize something terrifying. Bitcoin was supposed to free people from banks. Instead, everyone created new banks around it, and humans are just as greedy online as they are offline. 2015. You become paranoid. You stop telling people how much you own. You delete old social media posts, buy hardware wallets, memorize seed phrases. You trust nobody, not girlfriends, not friends, not even yourself sometimes. At night, you imagine hackers breaking into your apartment. You begin hiding encrypted backups in different locations. One at your mother's house, one in a storage unit, one buried inside a waterproof container in the woods. This no longer feels like investing. It feels like espionage. 2017. Bitcoin reaches $20,000. The world loses its mind. Your barber asks about crypto. Uber drivers ask about crypto. Your dentist asks about crypto. People who couldn't explain how email works suddenly become financial experts. You watch strangers become millionaires overnight. And idiots. Mostly idiots. You attend a crypto conference in Miami. Private yachts, Lamborghinis. 22-year-olds talking about disrupting the financial system in nightclub bathrooms. Everybody looks rich. Everybody looks exhausted. Nobody trusts anybody. One guy offers you a guaranteed 40% monthly return. Another disappears after raising millions. You begin understanding something important. Money does not change human nature. It reveals it. 2018. The crash comes again. 20,000 down to 3. Panic everywhere. Bankruptcies. People screaming online. You lose more money on paper in 6 months than your parents earned in their entire lives combined. And somehow, you feel numb. Because after years in crypto, volatility stops feeling abnormal. Reality starts feeling abnormal instead. You no longer measure life emotionally. You measure it in percentages. 2020. The pandemic begins. The world shuts down. Governments print trillions of dollars. You sit in your apartment watching the Federal Reserve create money faster than ever before. And suddenly, Bitcoin makes sense to millions of people. For the first time, your parents ask you to explain it seriously, not as a joke, not as internet nonsense, seriously. You try. But how do you explain 12 years of obsession? How do you explain sleeping next to your laptop because you were scared exchanges would collapse overnight? How do you explain sacrificing relationships for digital coins nobody believed in? You can't. 2021. Bitcoin reaches $60,000. You become officially rich, not internet rich, real rich. House, cars, financial freedom. The kind of money your family dreamed about for generations. Your father retires. Your mother finally stops working weekends. You should feel happy. Instead, you feel tired. Very tired. Because nobody talks about the psychological cost of becoming rich slowly. The paranoia, the obsession, the years of ridicule, the fear of losing everything every morning. You open your old laptop one night, the same Dell computer from 2009, still scratched, still loud. You scroll through old forum posts from anonymous users who disappeared years ago. Some sold too early. Some lost passwords. Some died before Bitcoin became valuable. Ghosts of the early internet. You realize something strange. Bitcoin was never really about money. It was about time, being early, seeing the future before everyone else, and surviving long enough to watch the world catch up. 2030, people now teach Bitcoin in universities. Governments hold reserves. Banks offer crypto accounts. The same institutions that laughed at it now profit from it. You sit alone in your kitchen late at night. Older now, wealthier now, but still staring at charts sometimes out of habit. Your phone shows numbers so large they stopped feeling real years ago. Outside your window, the city glows quietly. You think about your father fixing air conditioners in the summer heat, your mother counting dollar bills at the kitchen table, the old apartment in Ohio, the arguments about money, the fear. And then you think about one random night in 2009, one strange forum post, one decision, one download button. That's all it took. Not genius, not destiny. Just curiosity, and enough stubbornness to hold on while the entire world laughed at you.